Good night, friends. Hello, hello. My name is Alina Shaltsova, New York immigration attorney. Tonight we're going to have live discussing the most interesting immigration news, and I'm going to be answering your guys' questions. Trump's administration ignoring federal judge's court order, arrest of immigration activists, and other interesting things that are happening right now in our immigration life. I will be also discussing something very important. BIA issued a decision addressing how and when a criminal conviction may become a problem for you, which is very, very important in the light of the Laken Rale Act. So please join me. My name is Alina Shaltsova. I'm a New York immigration lawyer. I practice immigration law in the United States for the past 16 years. I use my social media to deliver the freshest, most interesting immigration news and share my experience, and of course also to answer your guys' questions so that we will be able to build immigration community and get prepared for the changes that are happening or about to happen. So please let me know where you're watching from. Join. Don't be shy. Say hello. Like and share the stream. Start typing your questions so that I'll be able to answer them in the end. And we're going to start. If you guys are watching me on YouTube and Facebook, you'll be able to see little tiles that I'm going to be displaying, showing that, different like illustrations to the news I'm going to be covering. So let's start with this announcement that another immigrant rights activist was arrested in Colorado, reportedly because the person doesn't have immigration status. At the same time, the person has been very active in the immigration community and for 20 years has been residing in the United States, advocating for immigrant rights. And it's extremely important to understand that this moves by the Trump administration, they target not only and solely criminals, but also other undocumented in the United States, right? So it's extremely important to understand that some of the moves, at least, are directly aimed at creating this state of fear for people who don't have documents, or maybe even for people who do have documents, because as we see, what's happening recently is that not only people who are undocumented getting into trouble, green card holders get into trouble, as well as visa holders, right? Several reports, credible reports, show that if you're traveling currently out of the United States and you attempt to re-enter, your status will be reviewed, be that you have a green card, or be that you have a visa. Your visa may be revoked at any time. So this is another very important arrest. We're going to see what's going to happen. This is like a developing story. I believe the person was arrested just today. And of course, we're going to see what exactly is going to happen with this particular activist. We all know about Mahmoud Khalil, that his arrest has been very covered by almost every media outlet, and he does have a team of attorneys helping him. And now there are these people, regular immigrants from Venezuela, who also get arrested. And apparently these immigrants who, according to the family members, don't have criminal convictions, not only were arrested, this immigrant in particular from Venezuela, but also was deported. That person allegedly was on that flight that Trump administration arranged for citizens of Venezuela to be deported to El Salvador in disregard of the very important federal judge's order, right? So a lot is going on in consideration with that. It seems that, unfortunately, you do have to be worrying about your status and getting prepared. Again, whether you are here without documents, more so if you already have an order of removal, but if you have criminal arrest, if you have any sort of immigration trouble, pending charges, you also have to be very mindful of the fact that your status, even if you have a legal status, may be revoked. Very, very important to understand that. Next thing I wanted to discuss, which is very, very important, is this new decision that was issued today by the Board of Immigration Appeals. Board of Immigration Appeals is this administrative body that tells all the courts in the United States how to deal with this or that immigration issue. And what's important specifically here is that Board of Immigration Appeals in this decision decided March 18th, 2025, matter of Jonelson, DOR, stated that for immigration consequences, it is the time of the conviction rather than the time of adjudication of one's immigration case is important. Well, for this person, this particular ruling was not in their favor, because what happened in this particular case is that the person was convicted for possession of hemp, which later was removed from the list of federally controlled substances. So this person's argument was that, hey, I shouldn't be removable because what I was convicted of is no longer a crime significantly. But the court said, Board of Immigration Appeals said, not so fast, because what we're going to do, we're going to determine whether or not you were guilty at the time when your conviction took place. So that's very important. However, this particular ruling is important for those of you who may be worried about Laken Rale Act. Why? So, because you can use now this ruling saying that you have to look at immigration consequences of the crimes, not at the time when you are adjudicating my removability, but at the time when I was convicted, using this ruling, right? We're going to see what's going to happen, but I believe this is a very strong argument in favor of the immigrants against the applicability of retroactive applicability of Laken Rale Act. However, we all know that there were instances of deportations already that took place because of Laken Rale Act, because they took the Laken Rale law and stated that now we're going to be using it against you, even though you were supposed to be deported a long time ago, whatever. When you were convicted, it wasn't a crime, but now it's going to be a crime. So that's very important to understand. That's what's happening. And I think you all need to take a notice of this very important law. And hopefully your attorneys will do it as well. This week, I met at least 4 clients who complained about their lawyers and that their lawyers were not doing the right thing by them. And it's a big issue. I understand that immigration is an extremely important topic, and a lot of attorneys feel that they can take on an extra case. But not everybody knows what they're doing. I've seen lawyers who took way too many cases, and were not able to handle a client's case. A person who consulted with me several years ago reached out yesterday saying that a couple of days prior to the individual hearing, they found out their lawyer didn't do anything, that they hired nothing. They charged $10,000 and didn't do a single thing. And now the person is facing trial without any preparation. So lawyer just had too many cases and did not take care of that client's case. Then there was a case where a person filed for adjustment of status, not checking whether or not the client was in removal proceedings or not. And as a result, what happened was that, of course, I-45 cannot be adjudicated by USCIS if the person is in removal proceedings. and so on and so forth. So when you choose an attorney, you surely have to ask them if they have experience and if they have time for you. Because if they're already overwhelmed with cases and they cannot afford time to your case, you may find yourself in unbelievable trouble, especially now, where every denial means sure deportation proceedings against you per new notice to appear policies, right? So this is very, very important to understand. And now, if you guys have questions, I'll be very happy to answer them. Let's see what's happening tonight. Hi, everybody. Hi from Chicago, from Oregon. Yay. Hi. Let's see. Do we have a question? How long is the wait to receive a response from the judge after cancellation removal is approved? Right. So if you had a cancellation removal case and the judge indicated that they would like to grant your case, what's going to happen next is that you will have to wait for about 4 years, until the judge can actually issue that order granting your case and giving you the green card, because there is very limited amount of green cards available. And what happens is that the wait time is just way too long. The good news is this: all this wait time, you will be able to extend your work permit, okay, during this time. Hi, Adam from New York City. Yay, thanks for your video. I have I-751 and 400 interview next month. I want to bring my parents who got visitor's visa. Do you think it's safe to go and come back? Oh, so you would like to travel prior to your interview? Why can't you wait until you interview? It's not that it's not safe. You're absolutely entitled to travel while both applications are pending. That's not a problem. Okay. It's just that currently there are discussions about this travel ban, by the way, and it seems that today, actually, during the March 17th, so yesterday, the representative from the Department of State stated that the list of the countries is not even finalized, all right? But I would just caution you guys from traveling. What if, Adam, I do not know what country you're from, but what if the situation changes overnight and you are overseas and you're so close to receiving your citizenship? So I would say don't go for now. All right, that would be my best advice. Just don't go for now. Hi, Rashad. Should we travel outside of the United States with a green card or no? Generally speaking, it's safe to do so. But again, right now, I would not recommend any traveling at this very moment. Wait a month or two, see what's happening with this travel ban. If you have an emergency and you absolutely have to travel, sure, absolutely travel. But I would just be on a more conservative side and would say don't go, all right? Hi, back. Marriage with a United States citizen. If someone sent travel document application, will it take longer time to get a work permit? No, it doesn't really affect. Nowadays, travel documents and work permit documents are adjudicated separately very often. So there is no connection really between the two. So I think you'll be fine. All right. Let's see. Hi, Brian. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Brian is. I'm from New York City. I have an interview for I-130 petition next month for my husband who got a removal order 20 years ago. Do you think it's safe to go there? Please give me some advice. If your husband has an unexecuted order or removal and now is called to come to the USCIS interview, I do not believe your husband is safe and your husband may be arrested. Just keep that in mind. What is your plan? Did you guys file for administrative stay or removal? You still have time to do so, all right? With Trump's administration taking over, practices changed drastically as to what is really happening with USCIS, changed drastically. So now USCIS may tip off ICE that the person is coming with unexecuted order of removal, and technically such a person is subject to detention, right? So I would suggest that you guys consider administrative stay removal at least, right? Hi, MJ Solo. I'm currently waiting for I-130 family petition, sent requested evidence 3 weeks ago. TPS holder, can I apply for DACA in the meantime with EED? So currently waiting for I-130 petition and TPS holder, can I apply for DACA in the meantime? Sure. Listen, if well, the DACA situation is kind of funny. I have to tell you that there was a court order that went into effect, and I think something is happening with that. So why would you need to file for DACA if you have a TPS? It's because your TPS may be taken away. Is that the concern? So check with your attorney. If at the time when you're planning on submitting DACA, it's still being accepted, then sure, go for it and file for it. All right? That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But everything changes every day, on day-by-day basis it changes. So I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow with DACA. Hi, Shabir. My mom has B1, B2 visa when she can return back after she stayed with me for 5 months. She has I-94 valid for 6 months. She has multiple entry visa. Right, Shabir. So your mom stayed for almost maximum amount of time provided to her by the CBP officer, right? 5 months. Then I would recommend, usually, the rule of thumb, if that's the case, she would have to remain out of the United States for longer time than she remained in the United States. All right. So then it means that she would have to remain out of the United States for at least 6 months prior to trying to come back. And it's a concern as well, because usually when non-immigrants rather, remain in the United States for more than 3.5, 4 months in a tourist status, they would be accused of working in the United States. All right. So just keep that in mind. I would suggest that your mom stays out of the United States for considerable amount of time prior to trying to re-enter. It's very important. Also, again, do not know what country she's from. It can be that she's one of those countries that potentially may be subject to potential travel ban. Keep that in mind as well, of course. Hi, Momo from TikTok. Thank you very much. A friend received notification for action taken, but no change in his case status online. I wouldn't worry about case status online at all. I don't really trust it. I don't think that it's particularly useful. So I go by official notices. The only time the case status online is useful is when you receive notification that a request for more evidence was issued, but you never received it. Then you know you have to follow up with USCIS to make sure that they do send you your request. All right, that's how I would say that. That's it. That's all I would say to do. All right, let's see. Do we have more questions? Oh, for asylum, you mean asylum? Yeah, the asylum cases are notoriously slow. Hi, Lily. What is the approval time for I-751? Every case is very different. Some cases get approved in really under 4 months, guys, very, very fast. But some will take 4 years plus. I I kind of know what causes the longer times for consideration. Usually it's some red flags in your file, not enough evidence of real marriage, filing taxes separately. This is a big one, guys. Please, please, please make sure you file jointly your taxes. Very important. Having children with people other than your spouse. That's for sure is going to trigger some extra checks and slowing down. But some cases get approved pretty fast. So If you guys had a baby, for example, your case will be approved very fast. Okay. Hi, Justin. I tried calling your office for help. Yes, guys, if you're calling my office for help, I don't provide free consultations. You get free tips here during the lives and on my website and through my videos. But if you would like to have a consultation with me, that's provided on a paid basis. That's how I earn my living, and that's how I pay people, and that's how I support my office. Okay. So just please understand that. Just like you have a job, this is my job. All right. And right now I'm volunteering. I was told by another that I cannot get US citizenship, even though I got a 212H waiver from a judge. I need help. How to get in touch with you? Right. So, Justin, you will have to go to my website and make an appointment, shoutsowa.com. You can choose time when you would like to have that appointment. If you would like to see me in person, then it's a different consultation fee, and you would have to call my office, and my secretaries are going to help you to book that appointment. If you guys need consultation with me, please call my office 917-885-2261 or go to my website. That's how you get in touch with me, so I can consult you. We can sit down, take a look at your situation. That you can get citizenship approved after you receive 212H waiver, that I can guarantee you, or I can say one. Why? Because I just had a case like that when a person had I-601 waiver. It was approved, and then now they are a citizen already. If you can get citizenship, you specifically, you, I do not know, because I need to look at your situation, all right? Maybe there are some other issues there, but the person did have her citizenship approved. Hi, Zamam, can I travel with TPS advanced parole now? All right. How important it is for you to travel? What are you going to accomplish with this travel? Just see your family member, which may be important depending on the situation, go on vacation, or are you trying to fix your lack of legal entry? Then the risk is worth to take, okay? If that's something very important, then it is worth taking that risk. If you're just going on vacation, don't go anywhere. All right, then it's not important for you to try to put your status online. Why? Because as I said, lots of changes are happening every day. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're going to be without status because of a silly mistake. All right. All right. Hi, Ngozi. I just found out I have been in deportation proceedings since 2019 after my lawyer tried putting in papers for asylum. And right now I'm a little confused, don't know what to do. Call a different lawyer. That's what you guys going to do. In 2019, you've been in deportation proceedings. Have you missed your court date? Do you already have an order of removal against you? Then it's a problem. If you haven't missed your court date, then you still may have a chance of fixing this situation, okay? Even if you miss the court date, then of course it's harder. But depending on the circumstances and documents in your file, you may still have a chance of fixing your situation. Need to see how you were notified by this court proceedings. Was the notice mailed to your attorney and the lawyer never told you about it? Again, just met a case, a very lovely lady from one of the Russian-speaking countries found out that she has an order of removal against her because a lawyer she hired never bothered to let her know that the court would take place. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Thank God nothing like that ever happened in my office. Hopefully it will never happen. But it's an important issue. But that's why in my office, we have a routine where each week we go to the special website where our hearings are being displayed on EOIR calendar. And I can check if my client case was put on the calendar. Sometimes it happens randomly. The court would not mail me the notice, but I discover that the client has a hearing from that system. And I also always advise all my clients on a weekly basis to put their A number into EOIR system and take a screenshot to make sure that they will not miss their hearing date. It's so important, all right? Because I'm going to tell you, sometimes it happens that the court says, well, we mailed you the notice, and they even show it to you, but you know you never received it. So it's important to track that online system as well and save those screenshots so that later you'll be able to prove that, hey, that case was never on the calendar. All right? Very important. Hi, Abili. Please question. My individual hearing was last December, but around November it was pushed forward. I reached out to my lawyer to expedite it, and she said nothing can be done. I just need to wait. I agree. You just need to wait. Courts right now will not be expediting anything. Hi, good morning, guys. Why? Because they're overwhelmed. With cases, due to new policies, they have too many cases, and you don't want to irritate the court with your request to expedite something by 30 days, all right? Hi, Ngozi. Can I check with my alien number if I had a notice to appear in court because my lawyer didn't do nothing anymore from when she found out? You won't be able to. Okay, so guys, your A number is going to only be helpful to find out when the court made the ruling, if the court made the ruling. But to get copies of your files from the court, you have to file FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request. And you can do it yourself for free. If you, for some reason, cannot or do not want to do it, then you'll have to hire an attorney, but you can do it for free. Go to EOIR website or just Google EOIR, Executive Office of Immigration Review, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request. And it's going to take you step by step how you can get copies of your files, copies of your records, right? Hi, Tosum. I'm waiting for my I-130 petition approval for 3 years, but not working. Are there any other ways to help me? I do not know what happened in your case. Who filed that I-130 for you? Was it your spouse? Was it your family member other than your spouse? Then it may take that long, of course. Hi, Sandra. I have a court. Thank you very much for the gift, guys. I have a court beginning of the month for traffic ticket. Is it safe to go? I live in Massachusetts. For your traffic ticket court, of course, you should be fine. But nevertheless, hire an attorney. Lawyers are very helpful in traffic courts. It's worth to pay a lawyer a little bit of money to get rid of those points and traffic tickets. All right? Don't worry, your traffic court should be fine. Yes, to fix my entry and get I-94. Then you should travel on your TPS document. All right? If you provided you don't have any criminal charges. If you have criminal charges, don't go anywhere. But if you don't have criminal charges and you have TPS and you have a travel document approved, go and fix that entry. It's very important for you. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your questions. I hope you find this video helpful. If so, please like and share it. Tonight, I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to go to bed because it was late. I'm hopeful to see you all back on Friday night. And of course, I'm going to be updating you throughout the week as to the most important immigration issues and questions. So please connect. Don't forget to like, share this video, and join my social media to stay updated. And I hope to see you.